Okay, so these here are our jars. That one right there is called a Weck mold jar, and this one here is a Weck tulip jar. The rest of these are just normal Care or Ball jars. Those are all the 8-ounce jars or jelly jars. And then that one there's one of the 12-ounce jelly jars. I really like those. They're a little expensive, so I don't buy them very often. But I do really like them. I think they're a great size and they're really pretty. There is our jam, and we will start filling up our containers. Okay, so I'm going to try this one-handed. Hopefully I can make it work here without spilling too much all over the place. You want to fill your jelly jars up to 1/4 inch headspace. That little debubbling tool that I don't have out, but a lot of people use, has measurements on the side. Once you start canning pretty often, you can kind of eyeball it. You just have to be, a good approximation. It doesn't have to be absolutely positively, 1/4 inch. Sometimes on that last jar, if I have, a 1/2 inch or even an inch headspace before, I've gone ahead and sealed it and never had a problem. So that's really close, maybe just a tiny bit more in there. There we go. We'll take the little funnel out, see how we did. That is just about perfect. It might need a tiny little bit out. And then I'm going to take a clean hot ring out of there. I'm going to wipe the rim of this jar, and I'm going to put the ring, the lid and the ring on, and put it into the water bath canner. Okay guys, so I just take a clean wet rag, and you want to wipe around the rim. Make sure you don't have any sticky jam stuck on there. I use a napkin or a paper towel usually, that way I can just toss it in the garbage when I'm finished. So I think that's pretty well wiped off. Then you get a ring, and this is another tool I didn't tell you guys about, but it's pretty cool. It's a little wand with a magnet on the end, and it lifts your lids out of the hot water for you so you don't touch them. And you place it right on your jar there. This actually is one of the new Walmart lids. I've tried one set in the past and they were terrible. They buckled and didn't seal. These ones, they say, are new, and they say that they're made in the USA. So I figured that I would give them a try. First in the water bath, I just bought one box, and we'll see how they do. If they're good, they're a little bit cheaper of an option. If they're terrible, I won't buy them again. So I do like that they don't have anything on the top, so you have plenty of room to write or put a sticker on or do whatever you want to do. So this ring goes right on here. Let it sit on there straight. It goes fingertip tight, which is going to be just a little bit tighter than I can get it with, one hand. And then I'm going to lift it and I'm going to put it in the water bath canner. Alright, so I went ahead and got that fingertip tight. Here's my little jar lifter. I'm going to take that. We're going to take it right over here to the canner, and we're going to set it right into the simmering water. It's not up to the 1 inch line yet, but I took all those jars out, so it should be after I get them all back in here. And then once they're all in the canner, I'll give you guys a peek, and we'll get the canner up to a boil. They're going to process for 10 minutes. You need to process jam, pints, half pints, pretty much whatever size you use needs to be processed for 10 minutes so you can get a good seal on there. Okay, YouTube, I wanted to show you the Weck jars because they're a little different than normal canning jars. With really clean hands, you're going to get your rubber ring and your glass lid, and the rubber ring sits right inside the glass lid. You're just going to set it on top of the jar, just like that. Make sure it's centered. Then it comes with these little clips. I hope I can do them one-handed. You're going to put one on one side, maybe. Really doesn't want to clip on here. There we go. There's the one. And where'd my other clip go? Over here. There it is. It's going to go directly opposite, maybe, of the other one. There we go. That one went on a little bit easier, maybe. There we go. Okay. So they are right across from each other. These are going to hold this glass lid and rubber ring on while it processes in the canner. So we're going to take it. Don't do what I do. I have asbestos fingers from canning forever. There it is in there. There's all my other jars. I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and they're going to process for 10 minutes. Alright, these jars are boiling away. We're going to put the lid on. And we are going to time them for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're going to shut the heat off. We're going to let them sit in the canner for a few minutes, and then I will come back and pull them out and show you them on the counter. We may hear a few ping, we may not. Sometimes it takes a little longer than others. And the Weck jars, there's no sound when those seal, so you just have to leave them till the next day, take the clips off, and test them. Okay, here are our beautiful jars of spiced peach jam. I'm going to start taking them out of the canner. They boiled for 10 minutes, and then they sat in the canner for about 5 after they were done boiling. Just helps with shock. There it is. Look at that. Beautiful color. That spice really adds to the color. It makes it look this beautiful dark peach color. So we're going to take them out, set them on the counter. They sit on the counter for 12 to 24 hours. Pretty soon they should start pinging. My kitchen's on the cool side because I have the window open because it's the summertime and we don't have air conditioning where I live, and so it's nice to keep the window open in the evening. Oh, there went one. It's really hard to look through the camera lens and do this at the same time. I did end up using that wide mouth jar. I needed it. There was enough to fill it up. It wasn't quite to a 1/4 inch headspace, but like I said, you know, a 1/2 inch or so, it's still going to be fine, no problems. Here's our little Weck jars. They can be kind of hard to get in there. Just lift those up carefully. There's that one. There's our last little jar in there. A few things. You didn't see me use that chopstick to debubble because when stuff is this liquidy going into the jars, I don't think there's any air bubbles in there. I don't bother mixing it around anymore. There went another ping of our jar. It means it's sealed. And then I use my stock pot with that old pressure cooker rack in it because I like the way it fits on my stove a lot better. It's a little skinnier around, so it probably holds a little bit less than my water bath canner did, but it was just so big it took forever to get up to a boil, and I hated just having to pull it out all the time. So this is my soup pot that I use to make like big pots of soup and stuff in. I don't know how many quarts it is, probably around 20 though, and yeah, it works great. Just goes to show you don't have to buy specific equipment for canning. Not water bath canning anyway. If you're pressure canning, low acid food, yes, you need a pressure canner. But for water bath, like jam, like this, jars that are popping away of beautiful peach, spiced peach jam, all you need is a pot big enough to cover your jars and something to keep them off of the bottom. So there they are. Hopefully they will all seal, and yeah, hopefully I can get this video up for you guys. I think I had to take 3 separate videos, so hopefully I can find some free software online and get it cut together and get it figured out. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you have any questions, just comment down below. And thanks for watching. Bye.